When taxes are lowered, economic growth follows. And economic growth is good for just about everyone, especially the poor. It gives them a ladder they can use to climb out of poverty. And for those who aren't poor, but who are by no means rich, and that's most of the people in America, economic growth gives them options they never had before. When you and your parents and friends are allowed to keep more of the fruits of your labors, a whole new world of options will open up for you. You'll be better situated to pay for college. You'll be able to save and pool your money with friends and maybe even start a small local business. I knew a fellow who once bought into a little hamburger stand out west. He was just a regular guy, but he worked hard, advertised, and the little stand prospered. You may have heard of it. It's called McDonald's. We're going to close the unproductive tax loopholes that have allowed some of the truly wealthy to avoid paying their fair share. In theory, some of those loopholes were understandable, but in practice, they sometimes made it possible for millionaires to pay nothing, while a bus driver was paying 10% of his salary, and that's crazy. It's time we stopped it. What we're trying to move against is institutionalized unfairness. We want to see that everyone pays their fair share and no one gets a free ride. Our reasons? It's good for society when we all know that no one is manipulating the system to their advantage because they're rich and powerful. But it's also good for society when everyone pays something, that everyone makes a contribution. After all, we're all citizens, equal in the eyes of the law and equal in the eyes of God. Now, you'll be hearing more about our tax proposals over the next few weeks. A great debate has begun. And there'll be much talk pro and con, and that's good. That's what America's all about. But the heartening thing is that no one in Washington is standing up and saying, leave the tax system as it is. It's wonderful. We love it. Just about everyone admits it has to be changed. The only disagreements now are over the specifics. And no one, or just about no one, is saying we ought to raise taxes and take more of the people's money. Actually, I think it'd be fun if some politician would say that. I haven't seen anyone run out of town on a rail in years. I'm going to leave you today with some questions that I hope you'll think about, and I need you to answer. Tell me, do you think your hard-working parents ought to be able to start holding on to more of their paychecks or less? Do you think the millionaire ought to pay more in taxes than the bus driver or less? Do you think America needs more economic growth or less? Do you think we need more jobs created and more business started or less? Well, if like young Oliver Twist, you've concluded that the answer is more, and you apparently have, you're the future. You'll soon have the vote, and you already have a voice. Make it heard.